Okay, so it's Alex again here, and I went ahead and got my Raspberry Pi hooked up to my TV here in the room. Right now, it's downloading some updates. I got the VNC server all configured. It uses it Raspberry comes with VNC copy of VNC Connect server anyway, which I already have an account, so which is wonderful because it's probably the best interface I use here. So we're good to go there. So now you're seeing me connected to my Raspberry Pi right now, and that's over the internet. Now, what I plan to do, however, is get hooked up using an Ethernet cord and SSH into the Raspberry Pi that way, or just remote into the Raspberry Pi a different way. So, as you can see, it's doing its thing here. It's uploading updates here. I can see my mouse and my keyboard working on my computer up there. So it's just, we're just waiting for it to finish downloading these updates and installing these updates. And it says it's installing. And then what it'll do is it should reboot the Raspberry Pi. So on the other kit, um, what there is this very massive sheet of things that you need to do to start using the kit. This is the one of the first things because you got to have an operating system installed on your Raspberry Pi. The other thing that you have to make sure of is that you have a Python interpreter and IDE, which we do. So I'm going to go ahead and maximize that. I'm just going to say print. Oh, can I make that bigger? Zoom that in. Zoom. Wow, that's taking forever. Zoom. Only zoom so much. We'll do it like that. Okay, so we're gonna say print hello world. And we've got a couple of shells going on here. Or I can just probably do it down here in the shell. It's probably easier. What's going on? I've never used this IDE here, y'all. So let's just run this one then. Let's see what happens when I run it. We'll just save that as a hello world pi. And there's our hello world. There we go. We probably should, we're going to have to update Python on this machine because I think the latest one is 3.8.3 or something like that. So obviously there's some updates to this machine that we're going to have to do. Hopefully, hopefully that's one of the updates that's being installed here. That'd be nice. But we should be able to install Visual Studio. I'm sorry, Visual Studio Code, and it should already have Git on here too. Let's see if Git's on here. Git usually comes with Linux machines here. Plus, plus, plus. So system is up to date. Okay. Restart your Pi so the settings will take effect. First, before I do that though, should Control plus. This resolution is killing me, y'all. Okay, so get V. Nope. Get V. Get. So we do have get on this machine. Get version. Get dash dash. I thought it was a capital V. V. Get dash dash version. 220.01. Okay. So we'll need to make sure that we need to update, but what we'll do is we'll go ahead and restart the Raspberry Pi now. It's going to kick us out of our VNC server. I can see it restarting on my machine up there. It's thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. It's restarting now. It's taking a minute. We'll go ahead and minimize this real quick. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Let's maximize that screen there, y'all. And let's play around with the screen config here, because this is killing me here. These small little resolution. Let's make that 1920 by 1080. Say okay. Out of there. Okay. That's better. Somewhat. Um, Actually, we could go one size higher too, I think, but it doesn't matter. Um, Now let's go ahead and update our Python. So let's make sure preferences, display, default window size, doesn't matter. Da, 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 da. Terminal font. I want um, I want a we'll just do this one right here, and we'll make the size that size. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we need to do an update on. Oop, I got that running twice here. We need to do an update on our Python. So let's go to the internet. It has the Chromium web browser in here. And so we'll go ahead and launch that, Google, and we'll say update Python version Linux. And it should just be a sudo apt-get install, okay, apt-get update Python 3. Okay. Let's just do a sudo apt-get install sudo Install on 3. Says it's the newest version. I thought it was on 3.8. I could have swore Python is 3.8. Yeah. Why does that say? Linux. Hmm. Okay then. Raspbian. Raspberry Pi. All right, I won't worry about it right now. Okay, so we've got that installed. We've got Python, we've got Git. Now let's go back to our web browser and install Visual Studio Code. Download. It's Debian. So that's taking a minute. Okay, keep. And let's try to run this. See what happens here. Install. That's gonna suck. Why can I not see that? Man, that is killing me. There we go. Alrighty. Got all of those. I already know it's got all of that. Just tell me how to set it up. Okay. Ah, there we go. We downloaded the wrong one here. So let's go back to this. I'm so used to going to that other one. Go back to this. We are running the non-64-bit edition of Raspberry Pi. So we need to click the ARM download button number 1. That is right there. So let's go back there. We'll click that one right there. And then go down. keep, open, install. Uh-oh, didn't like that. Okay, come on now. Oh, you tripping. There we go. So it's doing its thing here and it's installing our Visual Studio Code. Oh, is it done already? Let's click up here and see. There it is. Bam, bam, bam. Wunderbar. Okay. So obviously there's some other things that we want to get installed on here. Go to the extensions and we're going to install our Python here. Gonna look for GitHub too. Install that and install that one too. It's gonna ask us to sign in. Continue. So I'm gonna pause this yet again so I can go ahead and get authenticated. Okay, I believe I'm re-recording here. Yes. Okay, so I successfully got my Raspberry Pi hooked up with the Visual Studio Code. Had a couple of authentication issues there, but nothing too earth-shattering. Um, was able to clone an existing repository I have out there. Was able to make changes to that repository and to commit that repository. What is this here? And then after that, I was able to push the repository. So I currently have my Raspberry Pi set up with GitHub, and Python. Um, so that's there. It's currently set up with VNC server, so I can remote in there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hook up the Raspberry Pi on this computer alone. Now, the one thing that I can do, however, since I am done with the dongle, I can put it up. I've got like two of those things running around there and doing a little cleanup here. So I've done steps 1 through 3 in the getting started. I did step 4, step 5. I did step 6 and 7. Didn't do step 8 because we're using Raspbian. I didn't worry about noobs. Raspberry Pi's already started. Um, so we can do the pseudo shutdown now if we wanted to. And I'm going to do that because what I want to do is um, what I want to do is I want to um, mess around with this Ethernet thing here. So in the minimum, I've got my Raspberry Pi hooked up so that if I need to, I can access it from anywhere if I need to. So now we're set up. We can actually write code right now. I mean, we've already done some of that right here with this Raspberry Pi stuff here, um, and we're able to push code and everything else. So I've got a mini computer running around right now, um, and I can take it with me wherever I go if I want to. I can hook it up through the Ethernet, hopefully. Um, and yeah, it's already set up and everything. I mean, it's fairly easy to do. Only reason why it took me a little longer was because I'm going kind of slow here. There's a couple things I need to look up. So we've got that. Excuse me. It's getting late here. Oh, it's midnight. Jeez. Um, the next video, what we'll do in the next video is I'll try to hook it up via the Ethernet on this laptop here. It's a Linux laptop, so curious. I've never done that before. So until next time, again, these aren't earth-shattering videos, but hopefully you'll see something that I'm doing wrong, or hopefully I'll show you something that you can solve for. But until then, be blessed. See you later. Peace.